Chapter 4 of The Sacred Stones introduces a map crawling with monsters. Our objective is a complete wipe of enemy forces with 0 casualties. Pulling off a flawless run here pays out immediately. You walk away with 2 powerful new magic users added to your roster and a massive pool of experience points for your lower-level troops. Before we deploy, ensure you have a saved clear file from Chapter 3. You'll also need to know how to move a unit onto a village tile and select the Visit command. By maximizing the resources on this specific map, we create a mathematical snowball effect. We take the fragile units you've been protecting and feed them enough experience to turn them into the heavily armored frontline fighters you'll rely on for the midgame. Step 1 begins before the fighting even starts. On the battle preparation screen, you'll see a grid of blue squares. These represent the available starting positions for your army. Your very first action is to select your paladin, Seth, and manually remove him from the active deployment list. Fire Emblem calculates experience gains based on the level difference between your unit and the enemy. Because Seth is a high-level pre-promoted unit, killing weak monsters with him yields almost 0 experience. Letting him fight acts as a sink, destroying the XP pool the rest of your army needs. Take that empty roster slot and fill it with a lower-level character, someone who struggles to secure kills in later chapters and desperately needs the combat practice now. Now, rearrange your units on the blue starting squares. Place your high defense or high dodge characters on the outer edges, and tuck your healers and fragile magic users securely into the center. Sidelining your strongest fighter on an easy map leaves that combat experience for the rest of your squad, ensuring your entire army has the stats to survive the harder chapters ahead. As the map opens, a monk named Artur automatically joins your ranks. With him secured, look to the village located directly to the south of your starting position. Send a unit down to visit it. The conversation will change depending on who knocks on the door. Specifically, you get unique dialogue if you use Artur or your main lord, Iriga. Regardless of who visits, the mechanical result is the same. A mage named Lute joins your party, and you can control her movements and attacks on that exact same turn. Next, scan the enemy units for a specific Revenant. A Revenant is a basic zombie-like monster class. This particular one is holding a Vulnerary, which is a consumable item that restores 10 hit points when used. Instead of attacking this monster immediately, move your Thief unit adjacent to it and use the Steal command. This transfers the healing item directly into your inventory without killing the enemy. By clearing out the local recruits and lifting useful items on turn 1, we secure our assets early. This keeps our focus entirely on combat and positioning when the enemy numbers start multiplying. The main hazard of Chapter 4 is unpredictable monster reinforcements. The game spawns extra enemies based on 2 specific triggers: how many turns have passed and where your units physically step. The first trigger is time. On turn 2, 3 Bonewalkers spawn onto these red squares. Keep low health units outside this expanding danger zone. The second hazard is spatial. Cross this invisible line and 4 Revenants drop in right behind our front lines. Individually, these monsters are weak, but if you accidentally trigger this spawn while your fragile units are exposed, the damage from multiple Revenant attacks will stack up, resulting in a swift and permanent death. Mapping out these exact spawn conditions allows you to hold your defensive lines just outside the trigger zones. You dictate exactly when the enemies appear, turning a potential ambush into a safe, controlled feed of experience points. Once the reinforcements are cleared, you face the map's boss, an Entombed. This is a massive, upgraded monster that relies heavily on a mix of physical strikes and dark magic. Previous bosses in this game stood perfectly still on gates or thrones. The fatal trap here is that this boss moves. If you place a weak unit within its red grid of attack range, it will walk over and strike. This chart compares the Entombed's massive 39 HP against its staggeringly low speed stat of 2. We exploit this gap. Place a sturdy unit to absorb the first blow, then move in with your faster units to attack twice, burning through its health. Making it a habit to click on the boss and check their movement range ensures you never accidentally hand the enemy a free kill right at the finish line. The chapter ends the exact moment you reduce the final enemy's health to 0. On this map, that includes the boss and every single monster. When the screen fades, pay attention to the dialogue. If both Artur and Lute are alive and on your roster, The conversation between the characters will reflect that, confirming your flawless clear. Take stock of your new assets. You've spread a map's worth of experience across the units that needed it most. You've also secured an Iron Axe, a stolen Vulnerary, and 2 brand new mages. Before stepping into the next battle, equip your newly recruited spellcasters with their optimal tomes, organize your convoy inventory, and save your game file. By keeping your overpowered units on the bench and strictly controlling enemy spawn triggers, you ensure your entire roster gains the combat experience required to survive the escalating difficulty of Chapter 5.